Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. The Crew Motorfest showcase has been revealed today, sort of telling us what is coming in year 3. Well, I'm immediately gonna drop the bomb. I am quite disappointed with that year 3 showcase. Now, if you go to the website, you can see the Crew Motorfest year 3 deep dive trailer. You can sort of see what they are announcing. We'll look at the article. I'm not going to play the trailer because of right claims. There's music playing in there. We already know we're going to get right claims on that. So you can watch the trailer here, the year 3 deep dive trailer, in case you have not seen it yet. We will go have a look here on the article itself and see what is going on. There was a maintenance today. Estimated duration was about 5 hours, but eventually they did it in only 2. And what they've done is the Crew 2 Hyrbid mode is available. So for those of you who have the Crew 2, that now means that you can play the game as well online as offline. So this to me looks like, if you read in between the lines, this is the first step of the end of the Crew 2. You will be able to play it online with Summit and PvP and everything available, or you will be able to start it up offline. The first time when you do it, we tested it on the stream while we were doing this, and it sort of makes a copy of your build. You can make a copy of your build. It is also possible, if you don't make a copy and then you just start it up, that you have to restart again with that game. That is possible. If it makes a copy, yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do there, but I made a copy and I booted up the game, and then there we were. All of the races 100% completed, the story is completed, the hobby is completed, the Motorfleet's 11 seasons completed in an offline build. So you drive around on a 2000 square mile map by yourself. You can't join your friends, of course, because it's an offline mode. So yeah, this is the first step into how long does this take? I don't know. Maybe a year or so, or maybe a year and a half or something, that they're gonna run this, both of these versions. And then at some point they will shut down the online servers, and then you can only play it offline. So there is an offline mode available now for the Crew 2, as of today. If you boot up the Crew 2, you will see you can choose to play online or offline before you go into the actual game. They give you the option to choose between the two. So that's what we had to look at. Then for Motorfest itself, quite disappointed. I was hoping, as many of you I think, that we still have an island on top, of which we knew that they were sort of working on. We were sort of thinking that they would reveal that, and that we will have a third island to play on, but there is no such thing. That island would have been Kauai, if you go by the geography of Hawaii, but they didn't even mention that. So what they just announced here, they did a lot of talking, but basically what they announced is just a new season. And that will be Season 8. The game will be available on Steam Deck to play now as well. And then there is something called a Friends Pass, where you can invite some people that they can play with you or something on that game. There will be branded rims. They showcased like 3 of them: BBS, Azure, and some other one. So I'm assuming they will add more over time, but we are gonna get branded rims, and you can change the stance of the camera as well. Then they briefly mentioned ranked grand race. They do not say anything about the overpowered slipstream or about people coming out of a forest and respawning, not being in a ghost mode, so you hit them. They don't mention anything about it. They just briefly mentioned ranked grand race. They didn't even explain how the ranks will work. Will there be rank-based matchmaking or not? Who knows? And then there are new playlists available. The first playlist they sort of showcased, it's called Street Riders. It's sort of a lot of neon colors. It gave me some Need for Speed vibes. A lot of neon colors, some underground. So this seems to be that they have been listening to people who are actually playing Need for Speed instead of Motorfest. And then they sort of try to lure those players into the game with this playlist. There will be another playlist available starting in January in the collab with BMW. They did a showcase from the BMW factory in, I'm assuming they were in Stuttgart, BMW Museum or whatever they were in. That's where the showcase was taking place, or has been recorded. So November 5 it will start with the Street Riders playlist. It will be available for free as far as I know. I'm assuming it will be time gated, just like the latest playlist that they added, being the luxury playlist. And then on January 7th there will be a second playlist. They didn't give us a name here, but it will be a partnership with BMW, so it will be something with BMW. Also available, the new BMW M2 CS, available exclusively in the Crew Motorfest in January. So I'm assuming that will be the reward of that playlist. Then they showed all kind of BMWs. Obviously, seen they do a BMW collab for Season 8, sort of similar as they did a Ferrari collab with Season 7. We saw the BMW M2 CS, so I'm assuming that will be the playlist reward. They also showed the BMW bike. We already have BMW bike. Is this a new version, or is it just the one we have? And then the BMW 3.0 CSL. And they also showed the World Endurance car, the BMW M Hybrid V8. We'll come back to that later. So that's sort of for Season 8. 2 new playlists, a bunch of new cars. Obviously there is also a Year 3 pass, so also there will be some cars in there. We'll come to that later in a second. And then we move to March, where it will be Season 9. From that moment on, they will have a collab with Nascar. So we're gonna get some official partnership, so exclusive partnership as well. So we will see NASCAR cars coming in. And at the same time, they are bringing the TrackForge, which is some sort of UGC tool. In other words, some sort of track editor. You can create and share and race in on your dream tracks. So there will be some sort of mode available where you create a track and then you could share it and probably get a code or something, and then you can share it in a video or whatever, and then people can type in that code and they can play your track. But from what I've seen in that showcase, it happens a lot on the air. In other words, not like you can put checkpoints like in the Crew 2, for instance, where we could just go to the map and put checkpoints here and there. No, here you actually add tracks, and it seems to be, as you can see here, does this ring any bell? If for those of you who have played Forza, this looks to me like a bit of a Hot Wheels update. This whole track thing. So you can create some tracks, you can do straights, you can do corners, and they come sort of, and then you sort of link them together, and that way create a track, but it's all happening in the air. So you can make some loops and things like that. So I don't know. A bit of a Hot Wheels thing going on. At the same time, they are bringing the remote control cars. Very small, as you can see here, compared to the AI traffic. They can probably drive under these things. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. And at the same time, they're also bringing a new island. But it's not the Kauai Island on top or something where you can have normal roads to drive on. No, it's some sort of playground island. So we have some sort of Hot Wheels track editor, and we have a playground mode. Rings a bell? That sounds like they're trying to lure in Forza players. So we have some sort of underground vibe with a lot of neon colors. They're trying to lure in the Need for Speed players, and then they have Hot Wheels and playgrounds and remote control cars. They're luring in the Forza players, by the looks of it. Is this gonna work? It's gonna push away all the racers. Next year there's Forza Horizon 6. People will move to that game. There is nothing mentioned about the summit. Still a thing where you have, as a solo player, you're up against crews of 4. They have not mentioned any changes on that. Grand Race, they briefly mentioned ranked racing, but they did not mention anything about no collisions or ghost mode, or so people can just ram you up the track and you lose points for your rank. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very toxic environment. It already was. First 5 seasons it was kind of okay. In season 6 the ramming sort of started a little bit. Season 7 it's brutal. There is heavy ramming going on in season 7. And now they're going to come up with a ranked mode, and they did not mention anything about it other than the fact that there will be a ranked grand race. So for all the racers and the drivers out there, it seems to be we have once again been forgotten. They've been listening to kids, so we're going to get Hot Wheels, remote controls and playgrounds. Motorfest Year 3 is, to me, it's kindergarten. So I can't be excited about it. As a driver, as a racer, as a bit of a competitive player, there is nothing for us. Except for ranked racing, but we have to see how that works. If all these ramming kits are still in there, influencing your rank, that is not going to be an enjoyable experience either. There are some quality of life improvements that they mentioned, but as always, that's what they do. They mention them and they don't elaborate on them, so we don't know what they are. Have they made changes on Grand Race? Have they made changes on Summit? Have they made changes on the menu? For instance, some things like, I'm thinking on the multi-scrap, for instance, where you can select green, blue and purple parts, but why can't we select the yellow parts? Things like that. If you take off parts of a car and you put them on another car, why doesn't the screen stay on the car you put on the parts? Why does it go back to the car where you took off the parts? And then you have to go search your car again, the way you put parts on. Have they changed anything on that? I have no idea. Just a few examples of quality of life changes we were sort of hoping on, but apparently haven't done anything with it. And then season 10 is to be revealed later. It will be 3 seasons, the year 3, season 8, 9 and 10. 8 starting in November with some Need for Speed Underground scenery, and season 9 is the TrackForge thing with some Hot Wheels. It seems to be asphalt, but on the side you have some plastic. It's also in orange, so it seems to be some Hot Wheels thing. And then they put the remote control cars on those tracks or something. They probably have more grip on that thing. You already see that coming. So you can make, you can create your own playground, futuristic adventure world or something, but it's more and more away from the driving and racing aspect of the actual game. So I can't be excited about anything that they announce here. And then there is some other bullshit going on with the year 3 pass again. They want $30 from us for a year 3 pass. As far as I know, the information that we have so far, it's only cars. There is no, not like last year that they put an exclusive playlist in there or some extra exclusive content. No, it's just cars. They want $30 from us again, 30 euros or $30, depending a bit where you are. If you're somewhere else, then it will be in your currency, of course, but it comes down to $30. And then they put in some exclusive vehicles. So you're paying $30 for 2 or 3 cars, depending a bit what your situation is. What do I mean by that? If you own year 1 and year 2 pass, you get this car as a bonus if you buy year 3 pass. This is the Cadillac Ciel concept. So that is the bonus vehicle if you already owned. That's sort of a bonus for those who have already spent $30 last year on the year 2 pass and who buy the highest edition or the year 1 pass separately in the first year. So that's the bonus. And then there are some other cars as well. Now, you can also claim a BMW M2 on the website or on the Ubisoft launcher. I will show you how to do that because it's hidden in a menu. You're gonna have to search. If you don't own the BMW M2 in the game at the moment, you can claim it in the next 3 days. So what does that mean? You go to your Ubisoft thing. On the left there you have Home Library. You click on Library. You see Motorfest. You click on Motorfest. And then you see time limited challenges, core challenges, achievements and the rewards. You click on the reward section. And there you will see all the things you can claim, including the BMW M2, which is the Crew Showcase gift. Only available for the next 3 days. So make sure to claim it if you don't own this car. I claimed it, but I already own the car. I'm on maximum bucks in the game as well, so if you already own it, do you get money instead? I don't know. I claimed it here, I booted up the game, and then it says exclusive content coming in, BMW M2, but I already had that one, so didn't get any money instead or anything because we're on maximum bucks as well. But that's where it is. So Ubisoft Launcher, Library, you click on the picture of the game and then into the reward section. So that's 3 times you have to click before you actually see it. And that's where you claim it. And then you have a button here which says claim. I already claimed it, so then you have a green check mark. So that's where you can get that showcase BMW M2. You have to claim it within the next 3 days. After 3 days it will be gone. Now, nothing special, you can buy that car just in the shop. Like I said, I already own it. I think it's even a Crew 2 car if I'm not mistaken. So, coming back to that year 3 pass, it will be available soon. It's already in the store, but it says available soon. You can purchase this for $30. It will have 20 vehicles in there. which are not exclusive. So that I'm assuming that will just work like the year 1 and the year 2 pass, meaning if you own the year 3 pass, you will get at a certain moment, you will get a car and you will have it for free as soon as it drops in. And those who don't have the year 3 pass, 1 week later the car will be available in the shop for in-game bucks. There are 20 cars like that. So you basically pay for early access for those vehicles. And then they put in 2 exclusive vehicles. The Ferrari 12 Cilindri and the Zenvo Aurora Agile. That is, if you buy the year 3 pass, those are your exclusive vehicles. So you pay $30 for those 2 cars. If you already own the year 1 and the year 2 pass, then you pay $30 for the 3 cars, I guess. Then you get the Ferrari, you get the Zenvo, and as a bonus you also get the Cadillac. 3 exclusive vehicles. Seeing it mentioned exclusive every time, I'm assuming those things will never ever show in the shop. So if you want those, you're gonna have to pay $30 for that year 3 pass. The other cars are not, I cannot include them because they come 1 week later into the game. To buy for in-game bucks, you should not consider that as being charged for it. You pay $30 for 3 exclusive cars. Last year we paid $30 for an exclusive police playlist, because all the other cars were also 1 week early access, the next week they were just in the game. So this is another rip-off. $30 for 3 exclusive cars. I'm sorry. That's my conclusion about that. Talking about the year 3 pass, we have the vehicles already for season 8. Give me a second, I'll bring them up. There we go. So here you can see them. November 5. There are 20 cars divided over 12 months. That doesn't make any sense, does it? So we're gonna have, by the looks of it, we're gonna have 1 month we're gonna have 1 car, 1 month we're gonna have 2 cars. Something in that order, so that they have 20 cars divided over 12 months. For November, we are gonna get the BMW M3 E46 and the Mercedes AMG GT63 4MATIC. So those are the November drop vehicles for the year 2 pass. So if you don't have year 3 pass, then you will get them on November 12th, I guess. These 2 will drop in November 5. If you have year 3 pass, they will be free. If you don't, you can buy them in-game for in-game bucks 1 week later. If you do only year 3 pass, here are your 3 exclusive vehicles. The Ferrari 12 Cilindri, looks to be a hypercar, and the Zenvo Aurora Agile. I'm assuming it's hypercar, but it could also be a racing car. I don't know what category they will put it in. So those are your 2 exclusive vehicles where you pay $30 for, because the other ones you can buy as soon as they drop 1 week later. You can buy them in the game with in-game bucks. And if you already own year 1 and year 2 pass, you also get this Cadillac shell concept. So yeah, either you pay $30 for these 2 cars, or you pay $30 for the 3 exclusive cars. The rest you can just buy in game 1 week later. So it's depending on your financial situation or whatever, or depending on how bad you want these exclusive cars. Otherwise you can just skip this year 3 pass. That's the way I see it. That's for November, and then we also have the vehicles already for December, January and February. December it will be the Pagani Imola 2021. I'm not sure where they're going with this one. Same story here. This could be a hypercar, but they could also put it in a racing category. I don't know. The January drop will be 2 vehicles. The Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark I from 1982 and the World Endurance car from BMW, being the BMW M Hybrid V8, the number 15 car. There is also a number 20 car in real world, but those are the boys that are driving. That also kind of means that they have World Endurance cars. That might also mean that in the future we might see the Ferrari show up, or the Peugeot, or the Cadillac, all brands which we have in the crew. So maybe they will make more of these. I'm assuming that these guys will be playing in the racing category. And the Golf Mark I will probably be a street tier one, would be my guess. February drop is the Ford Shelby GR1 concept. That could be a street or a hypercar, I guess. So we'll have to see what category they put it in, but they already put out the vehicles. So BMW, Mercedes in November, a Pagani in December, then we have a BMW and a Volkswagen in January, and a Fort Shelby in February. That is season 8 basically, because then we have season 9 coming in March next year. That's sort of it, what we got for you. Yeah, I can't tell it otherwise than I am very disappointed in that year 3 showcase. I thought we were going to see way more quality of life changes. I thought we were going to get a new island being Kauai on north there. They did not add that. Instead, we will see. That might eventually turn out to be the playground island that they made of that. I was not waiting on a Hot Wheels update track editor or whatever that is. That seems to be something like that. That track editor, it's not a track editor like in the Crew 2. It seems to be something you can create worlds in the air somewhere in the sky. So that sounds sort of feels like Hot Wheels plastic ramps that was also hanging in the air in Forza. They seem to be going that similar direction with that track editor, TrackForge or whatever it's called. And then there will also be a playground island somewhere in season 9 or beginning of season 10. So they will add an island somewhere where playgrounds, yeah. What do we expect there? Loopings, arenas, monster arenas, demolition arenas, something like that. Some sort of playgrounds there. Kindergarten, in other words. That's what this whole year 3 feels to me like. It's a bit of for the kids and for the casuals. So all the racers and the drivers out there who were hoping on an overhaul of Grand Racer, so yeah, go play something else, I think, because there does not seem to be much for us. They seem to be listening, they keep saying that they're listening to the feedback of players. It must be that they've been listening to those people who are playing Need for Speed and Forza the whole time, and not even Motorfest. They've been listening to those, made some features for them, and trying to lure them into the Motorfest game, so that they play that thing more. I think it's gonna push people more out than it will bring people in. The focus, as always, on casuals and new players. Long-term players are always getting screwed over. Although we've been supporting the franchise for 10 years, it's getting worse and worse. I can't be enthusiastic about this. I cannot say much more positive about this. It's a kindergarten update, all that we saw there. And other than that, it's just a normal season with 2 new playlists for season 8. The new stuff is coming only in season 9, which is March next year. And there is no new island, as we thought they would do a 3rd island on top there to have some new roads to drive on and explore the map a little bit, but nope, nothing such. So we're still on Oahu and we're still on Maui, which we know by now inside out. The map is also getting a bit more restricted, especially if you play a lot. You get bored with all these same routes, and especially in Grand Race. All these highway tracks, that's also for the kids and the casuals, so that they don't have to learn the corners. It's all highway, every weekend again it's highway. And more ramming, and now they're going to come up with a rank system. We need more information about that rank system. If the ramming is involved, if the ghost mode is not coming, if somebody flies out in the forest, for instance, they press respawn, they respawn in the middle of the road at 0 kilometers an hour. There are people coming behind 300 kilometers an hour, and that car that is standing there in the middle who just respawned is not in ghost mode. People hit it, they fly all over the place, there are 10 people in the forest suddenly, because one guy respawned in the middle, and then they can come up with a rank. That makes no sense. People are going to lose a rank because of ramming idiots. We'll see. We need more information about that ranked race before we can say they did a good job or they didn't even bother trying to put some effort into it. We can't speak about that because we have no more other effect that they just mentioned it. Hey, there will be ranked racing. That's all they said about it, and then they moved on to the next subject. So it's also not their priority. It is very clear the priority is on casuals, on kids, and on new players. So all the long-term players, the racers, the more competitive players, once again we're getting screwed over with this update. And that is for the upcoming year, right? We're talking about a whole year 3 content. I'm gonna leave it at this. I am not enthusiastic about it. I am not hyped about it at all, Mr. Fergus. This is a very poorly update. And pretty sure there will be some kids out there and some casuals who will love this kind of stuff. They can go play with Hot Wheel track editors and playground stuff. The racers above, if we really want to have some proper racing, we seem to be having to go to other games to do that, because there is nothing in this whole year 3 for us. I'll leave it at that. That's my opinion about it. thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the road in the Crew Motorfest from time to time. I'll be in Grand Race, avoiding all those ramming kids. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.